Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the fantastic Crusader Kings 2 100 Statman, where today we are joined by the legendary King Reanu Keeves the Fearless of Jorvik. What an absolutely incredible man. Naturally, he has almost all 100 stats, excluding the fact that he's picked up a couple of negative traits, but otherwise he's an exceedingly powerful being. And let us not forget the fact he is immortal, although we did somehow accidentally manage to kill him twice in last week's video. I've no idea how we managed to kill immortal characters, but you know, life finds a way. But hey, we're back, and what has happened? What has everyone missed? Well, if you haven't seen the last video, go and watch it, but here's a quick summary. Basically, we found a fantastic wife because she was so terrible at everything, making us look fantastic. She was an absolute imbecile and also a drunkard. Naturally, however, we had to kill her. When it comes to our family, we have 4 fantastic daughters because apparently we have an inability to make a son. However, most of our daughters are exceedingly slow, mostly due to the fact that their mother was an imbecile and also a raging alcoholic. But whilst on his travels, the King of Jorvik picked up a new wife, Queen Slovaka. She is pretty terrible at everything, excluding intrigue, which for some reason she is exceedingly good at, making her probably the hardest person to kill in this world for us, which is going to be very exciting. Anyway, we start off our fantastic game and I'm noticing we have a rival over here. Old Cienwolf the Lewd of Northampton. That's right, he's basically the Count of Northampton, and he's a little bit cheeky. He's got a little bit of the lover's pox and he's a bit of a master seducer, but he is most importantly our rival. I mean, come on, why would you be the rival of King Reanu Keeves? I mean, the dude's got 100 diplomacy, he's fantastic. Why wouldn't you want to be his friend? I mean, it's not like we did anything wrong to you, like, I don't know, say, like carving your 1-year-old daughter into a blood eagle on the orders of King Reanu Keeves. Yeah, I suppose that is one reason to not like Reanu Keeves. Very well, I'll let that one slide. My goodness, minus 75 executed my child. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, can you let it slide? It was just a minor war crime, not a major one. Pretty relaxed war crime. If you want to see a real war crime, I'll show you a real war crime. Speaking of which, we've been at peace for too long, so it's time to go commit a war crime. Although sadly I'm at peace with Mercy, so I cannot invade the county. Instead, I will simply duel you. Yes, this seems fantastic. Finally, we can settle our differences. Let's not be cheeky here. Let's not convene with the agents. Let's actually just sit down and fight this one out. My opponent looks nervous, his armor a little ill-fitting, and I briefly contemplate asking if he would rather do this another day. Oh my goodness, I walk away victorious. This is fantastic. I mean, we do have the ability to actually completely and utterly just murder him, but realistically, I like to let my rivals eke out a very pitiful existence, and so we're going to walk away victorious and simply break most of his legs. There we go. Success. Try being a master seducer now with that black eye and a broken leg. Anyway, it's time to go to war, and whilst in the last video I did do a poll to see which country you wanted us to use our invasion on, quite a large amount of you actually said we should do a prepared invasion onto America and seize the entire thing in one glorious colonial war, but I'm afraid we're probably going to not be able to achieve that just yet. Anyway, for the time being, we need a war to distract the population, and I think our best war is to fight King Ivar the Boneless, that Narsey boy who decided to convert to Christianity. That needs to change. So it's time we declare war on the boneless KFC bargain bucket. What county should we seize? You know what, let's go for one of these nice ones. Yes, we're going to steal this county here, Teviotdale. It's going to be ours, so let us declare our war. Now, we could raise up a large army to assist in the fighting process, but I instead like to keep things on the low side, the calm side. So that's exactly why I've prepared this very small minor army of just 5,000 men to deal with just about everything. You know, whilst we're doing this war, we are technically focused on the war focus, but you know, I'm not actually interested in war anymore. I think we should actually take a look at a little bit of the cheeky intrigue, because intrigue allows us to spy on people, which is very important. So we're going to switch to intrigue for the sole reason that if we take a look at our lovely court and all of our vassals, we have some great vassals, 3 of which are our daughters, which, you know, some would say is a bit of a cheat when it comes to the whole vassal game. But we also have Eldulf over here, the one Catholic boy in the entirety of a Germanic empire, and because he's so exceedingly Catholic, he refuses to pay us taxes, and just like any person who refuses to pay me taxes, they will suffer. Now, whilst I technically don't actually have any right to just outright imprison them, and doing so would upset everyone, I instead have the fantastic ability to spy on them. So we're going to spy on them and find a way to blackmail them out of their position, whereupon which we will steal their fantastic church and hand it over to one of our daughters. Yes, I wonder what secrets he is hiding. He must be hiding many secrets behind that fantastic moustache. Just look at it, it's so powerful. Probably take out someone's eye with it. The siege is going well. You know what I think this siege could use to speed it all up? A bit of an assault, let's go. Oh, fantastic. And we managed to steal a load of captives in that siege. I do love stealing captives. I have found out nothing new and useful about Prince Bishop Eldif, but as my shady informant pointed out, there is nothing preventing me from just making stuff up. The bigger the lie. Ooh, that could be a good idea. I have it. He likes to dress up as a woman. I mean, that only lowers his general opinion by 10. That doesn't really sound that impressive. No. I need something real. I want actual solid hard evidence that this guy is actually a Satanist or something. And fantastic. We have another child on the way. Hopefully it's not just another daughter. I mean, they are lovely, but I mean, we do technically need a son who we can give castles to. Now, I do want to actually fight King Ivar the Boneless. However, he's busy leading troops down in Namsborg. Why is he located in Namsborg? I have no idea, because it's an entirely different Germanic country. But he's down in Namsborg, and I'm pretty sure he has no way of getting home. Oh no, poor Fiona Flash is so unresponsive, so slow to learn. Sometimes I wonder if her slow mind is because her mother was drinking so much. Oh well, we don't have to worry about her anymore, because we had her poisoned. And great, I've still found out nothing about the Prince Bishop, and apparently the current line we can come up with is that he's having an affair with a feisty goat. But no, please, I need something real. There must be something going on behind that moustache other than just fancy goat stuff. Alright, I think it's time we go siege down their capital, as I imagine that's going to certainly speed along this war. Oh my, the defensive pact against Charles II has been disbanded. Why? Because he's dead. Fantastic. I'm exceedingly disappointed in King Ivar the Boneless. Not only did he convert to Catholicism, but he also has only killed one person. That's such a small number. I mean, come on. Reanu Keeves, he's much younger than you. He's only 25. This guy's already killed 22 people. Now, of course, when wars happen, fantastic things happen. We gain prisoners. Prisoners are great. I mean, just look at them. We have 6 of them, including Order here, who we can actually ransom off to this guy who owns the castle of Lefane. Let's take a look at him. It's the legendary Poor Barn, the Chase of Lefane. And of course, we hold his wife, but not only his wife, we also have managed to capture all 3 of his concubines. Although apparently he doesn't want the concubines back. So you know what? I'm going to make things easier for you. You evidently have a bit of a complicated love life here, so allow me to simplify it. A goodbye. And you know what? Even though I did technically slay your spouse, you actually, for some reason, still kind of like me. That's just how incredibly charismatic he is. Oh my goodness, fantastic. We've gained our first son, legendary. Oh my goodness, finally, an actual son. He wants to be called Valdemar, and I'm afraid we can't have that. Valdemar just isn't a good name for a son. Instead, we're going to bring him back. It's the legendary Big Dave. He's going to be big. He's going to be Dave, but most importantly, we're going to teach him about how to be so proud about being a Big Dave. Go on, Big Dave. I really hope that he is going to turn out to be something very intelligent, and so for that to be the case, we're going to make ourselves his guardian. That's right, he's going to learn from the best of literally everything. And there we have it, 100% war score, a very successful war in which we managed to execute 6 people. A great start, and that's the war complete. Success. The local Germanic population should be happy for the time being. But most importantly, who is going to get the fantastic county of Jedburgh, which we just managed to conquer? Well, I think we should probably give it to someone important. Like our son, our brand new son. Big Dave, please do enjoy. Take the entirety of the county of Tiverdale. Yes, it's going to be fantastic. Oh my goodness, thanks to my loyal spies, I've found out that the Prince Bishop is attempting to promote vile heresies. Of course we knew he was promoting vile heresies. He's a Christian. And we're all Germanics. Everything he says is heretical. It took us this long to work it out. It literally shows it right there, game. It literally shows it right there, game. Oh well. We're going to expose and publicly denounce the fact that he's a Christian, giving us reason to arrest him. Bam. He's been exposed. Oh yeah, it's righteous imprisonment time, my friend. Get imprisoned. Oh my god, failed to capture him and he's raised his flag in rebellion. Well, to arms! Amazingly, the castle, which contains the only other Christian in the kingdom, has for some reason decided to stay loyal to us, so we're also going to have to start spying on him after we finish this. Anyway, it's time to stop this very, very small Catholic uprising. And you know what? I've become a flamboyant schemer. Yes, I've improved my abilities. Very good. 106 intrigue now. Oh my goodness. And we've managed to capture the other Christian baron in the battle. Oh my goodness. Yes, we can keep him, or we could just execute him. He will make a suitable beautiful sacrifice for Odin, and he's gone. And now it's gone over to his child. A child whose parents were both murdered by King Reanu Keeves. Oh well, I think it's time we get this siege over and done with, as this is looking like a glorious success already. We have 100% control of the peace. We're going to quickly do a little raid on the castle, just so that we capture a couple of prisoners, like Helga here, who I'm afraid we're immediately going to sacrifice to Odin. Farewell. And we've managed to capture the lovely location. Fantastic. There you go. Prince Bishop Eldef, I'm afraid you're not going to be having your title. As you are a traitor to the entire kingdom by going into rebellion, no one else cares, so you've lost your entire county. Thank you very much, a fine addition to my collection. You are now completely useless and simply in my prison. And you know what? I think it's time we execute you. Farewell. It was an absolute pleasure knowing you, Eldef. Now there is only one slight issue we now need to address, which is the fantastic Baron Aif Yavering, the final Christian remaining in the entirety of our realm, and he's only 4 years old. We could technically grant him independence, but instead I'm going to simply plot to kill. Oh, we can rank up in our society. Let's do that. Now I do have to duel against Hrodgar, but you know what? I think we can do this. And we do it. We've won the fight completely and utterly. And I do believe we've ranked up to the rank of hero in our society. The highest possible rank, granting us a wolf on top of our head, and also the ability to just call reinforcements from everywhere. Wow, apparently every single person in the entirety of the kingdom does want this 4-year-old child dead. So it's going to be one very successful plot to kill. I can just say that. My goodness, look at everyone arrive. Oh no. 700% plot power. This child won't even be able to exit his room without having a knife thrown at him. Oh my goodness. Oh no, this is why you don't want to bring everyone in. Bloody Halfdan, the white shirt, has let everyone know that I'm trying to murder this 4-year-old. My reputation is ruined. Now, whilst some would say my reputation is ruined, considering the entirety of the kingdom is also in on this plot, I don't really think it's too bad. How's my rival, Wolf the Lewd, doing? He's actually doing okay. His wife did die, but otherwise everything's looking good. But apparently we are making good progress on our fantastic murder, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find a way to approach them. Apparently, though, he's not very happy with us. Minus 200 attempted murder, but don't worry, he hasn't got to worry about not liking people for much longer. And there we go, fantastic, the child is gone. Crabbrave time. We have inherited the fantastic county, lovely stuff. And that's how to do court intrigue to get rid of all of the heretics from your land. You know what, I'm going to commission a runestone, which is going to raise the honor of my own person. It's going to say that I feared absolutely nothing. I mean, being an ultimate being with infinite power, I didn't really fear anything. Also, we're going to search for a smith, because I'd like to create something nice. Let's say a deadly weapon. A fantastic idea. Oh my goodness, and what's this? Another Germanic revolt against King Ivar the Boneless? Well, I think they could use some good old-fashioned assistance from us. Here, take this gift of money and do something amazing with it. Oh, apparently you're not a big fan of me though, because I did execute one of your children, but don't worry, you still kind of like me. And the executed King of Scotland is trying to send Christian preachers. Naturally, they all just get lobbed into the dungeon. You need to really stop sending them. But fantastic, my stone is made, and this rune stone will give me increased monthly piety, diplomacy, and everything. Oh, lovely. Do like a good rune stone. Ah, fantastic. We've discovered a weaponsmith. A fine idea. He's going to be perfect. He's going to make my custom weapon for me. Please, I will give you all the money in the entire world. Make something fantastic. Now, when it comes to what weapon we should have, we can make swords, lances, maces, but no, we naturally want an axe. I mean, come on, we're a Viking. So we're going to create a legendary axe. Something amazing. Yes, craft me the best quality axe you can. That's 500 gold down the drain, but trust me, hopefully we'll get something fantastic. Oh, fantastic. My axe has been created. This is excellent. We've added an axe to our treasury. Let us take a look at it. It's the axe of King Reanu Keeves. Oh my goodness, very impressive. Increases our personal combat skill by 7 and makes all heavy infantry troops oh so much more powerful. Fantastic. Exactly what we needed. And what should we do with such an axe? Well, naturally, invade Lothrangia. Yep, I really want to take control of this province here, Zealand. Not only is it an exceedingly wealthy province, it is also the location of a Germanic holy site. See, the Germanic faith only has 5 holy sites. When it comes to Catholicism, you have places like Rome and also Jerusalem. But when it comes to the Germanics, we have a holy site here in Papenborn, one in Zealand, one in the middle of Denmark, one over here in Sweden, and one in Norway. As these 3 have been secured by the Germanic faith, safe, it is up to myself to seize the rest of them. And so that is exactly what we're going to do. And so begins the fantastic invasion. Imagine D-Day, but just really all about just nabbing churches. Now, yes, apparently Greater Poland is going to get called in, and so will the Kingdom of Strathclyde over here. I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but we're going to be fighting a couple of armies on a couple of different fronts. Hopefully, we should win no problem. And so war is declared. The petty Kingdom of Strathclyde decides to join in. We will immediately crush them. Oh my goodness, and my wife has done something fantastic. She's successfully sabotaged Rome and is causing a peasant unrest and very high increased revolt risk basically, and the tax in the region has absolutely crashed. This is a fantastic sign, as there is a 20% chance every month of a peasant uprising. Oh, I can't wait to see the Pope overthrown by a bunch of angry peasants. Now, when it comes to actually getting my army over to Zealand, we have a couple of issues. It's technically rather far away, and so we're going to need to use boats, as the Channel Tunnel hasn't been invented yet. And so we're going to get our colossal army of 7,000 men, split it in half, and hope both of them manage to sail their way there. Oh, and fantastic news, another son has been born. Apparently he wants to be called Refill, but no, that's not going to happen. You know what, I think we could do with a charismatic son, and so I think it's time we create Mega Chad. He's going to be great, going to teach him all about humility and being, you know, nice and diplomatic, but also exceedingly Mega Chad. Anyway, we've embarked our army, let's get it dropped off. And the occupation of Zealand has been an absolute success. The entirety of the county is ours with very little resistance. However, we're going to have to move our army onwards and siege up more of Lafrangia before they will actually take our demand seriously. So the mega siege commences. But we did manage to capture some pretty impressive prisoners, some of which can be sold off for gold or can be executed, right? I'm sorry, Cecile, you're gone. You know what, instead of actually executing the two children here of the Count of Zealand, I'm instead going to change their childhood focus to faith, and by doing so we're going to convince their son to instead become Germanic. The other son, however, is sadly too old and so must be executed. Goodbye, John. Oh, and apparently Rome has successfully been sabotaged yet again. Rome is really going through a bit of turmoil at the moment. The walls keep falling down, the peasants keep getting all these wacky ideas. Who knows what's going to happen next? Oh my goodness, Rome has been successfully sabotaged again. I feel like you're sabotaging it almost every single day. So if even more upset peasants, even more sabotaged buildings, what are you doing? You're absolutely shredding the local place. Actually, you know what, instead, I know where you should be shredding up. Please, wife, could you instead sabotage the fantastic province of Northampton? I would love to see you drive my rival absolutely insane. Oh my goodness, we have a ridiculous quantity of prisoners. This is absolutely crazy. We could ransom all of them for 100 gold. Anyway, we're at 99% war score, so very soon they're going to be able to accept a peace deal from us, and we'll be able to nab Zealand for ourselves. Oh my goodness, I never believed this was even possible. Our rival in Northampton has risen up in rebellion. This is amazing. You know what, I've forgotten, we can also antagonize him, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Basically, we make it our life's mission to just provoke him constantly. I mean, we're going to be basically setting fire to his province, burning everything down, and having a general fun time. Here we go. This should hopefully win us the war. All we have to simply do is defeat the Lotharingian army, which turns out was exceedingly easy. Oh my, that's the army gone, and now the war is ours. Enforced demands. Fantastic. Zealand is now ours. Oh my goodness, I've decided that it might be profitable to take some time and resources and try to seriously hurt my sworn enemy. Oh my goodness, he is an unbearable pestilence upon this world, and I will not rest until I've made his life a living hell. My goodness, that's pretty intense, Reanu Keeves. I can spread false reports to his spies, basically making him much more easy to compromise. Spread vile rumours about him, which will make everyone dislike him by 20. That's very impressive. Or he shall never know peace for as long as I live. Basically making him stressed, but potentially making me lose kind. You know what? I think it's okay if I stop being kind. Oh my goodness, he has challenged me to a duel for honour. The only respectable response would be to accept this challenge. You know what? Challenge accepted. Oh no! It's a good day for a duel, I chuckle, hefting my axe in my hand, enough talking my opponent growls, and then soon he's lying face down in the dirt. Oh my goodness. It seems I've sliced half of his leg off completely. I take it I win this fight. Oh no! He's lost a leg! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, sorry, hang on a second, what is this? Apparently I set up some kind of mission to trick him because he's such a master seducer, so I created some kind of perfect woman to tease him away, but I've managed to simply seduce him with someone who has a terrible disease, and now he has the great pox. Justice served. This isn't justice served. I'm ruining this man's life. Oh, this poor man. Oh, and he's dead. Died, succumbing to his severe injuries. We really made his life exceedingly terrible in those last few moments. My goodness. Oh, and Northampton has been sabotaged. Very good. You know what? As our fantastic rival has been defeated, I think it's time we take our sabotaging ways elsewhere. Now, we have managed to capture the province of Zealand, and that does technically mean that whilst the holy site is under our control, it's not held by a member of the Germanic faith, because it's held by Bishop Valdemir of Fallen. Now, he is of course a Norse, but a Catholic Norse. Now, whilst I'd love to convince him to study our faith instead, I'm going to have to spy on him until I find a reason to nab his church away from him. But hey, a new son has been born. It's Ragnar. You know, I like the sound of Ragnar, so we're going to call him Ragnar Bone Crusher. Ragnar Bone Crusher 3000, you know what? Yes, that's a good name. That's going to be able to certainly intimidate all of the other children at the primary school. You know what? As things have been going great in our kingdom, I think it's time we hold a great bolt. Oh no, it's not a great bolt, isn't it? It's a great blot. I remember always getting told off in the comment section when I called it a great bolt. Anyway, I can hardly wait. Now, what is the great blot? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's something fantastic. As you can see, it's just, you know, a fun little gathering that gets arrived for the blot to begin. You know, we're gathering, having a nice couple of meals, couple of drinks for the lads, everyone's smiling and laughing, we got the kids there. Now for the human sacrifice to begin. And so the blot begins, and here it is, Countess Marquisa of Loon. I'm afraid you're gone. A sacrifice to the gods. And who's this? It's Hedwig. Goodbye, Hedwig. Another one. Now let the celebrations begin. Fantastic. A good little bit of sacrifice out the way, and now you can get on with the rest of the drinking. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh goodness. I love the way how these mass sacrifice things work. It's great. Please do not quote me on that. Wait, hang on a second. Is this it? Have we done it? We didn't even need to spy on the guy. We've managed to usurp the temple because my fantastic priesty boy has managed to convert the entire province to Germanic. Amazing. There you go, Valdemar. We suddenly no longer need to spy on you. You're completely and utterly useless, although you are now Germanic. Anyway, the province is ours and a holy site has been secured. Now we need is the holy site located in Papaborn. How on earth we meant to get to it? Well, it's going to take a lot of wars. Oh my goodness. Apparently our cellar has grown an excess of mead over the last few weeks, and so a drinking contest must naturally happen. And apparently one by one the contenders tap out, throw up or pass out, leaving lesser and lesser warriors still drinking. At the end of the evening there is only one left, Scully. The crowd cheers naturally for the winner and carries him around the hall while giving him some much needed praise. You know what? I really like this man. Let's be friends with this legendary man. He's ambitious, he's powerful, he's everything we want. There we have it. We've made our first ever friend. Fantastic, Reanu Keeves. We've finally done it. Imagine having friends instead of rivals. It's crazy. Oh, and apparently we've been at peace for too long, so it's time naturally we expand our ever-growing empire and take yet another city. You know what? I'm thinking Chester is looking pretty good, although I wonder what other wars we could possibly go for. Yes, we're going to take the entirety of Chester, please. It looks like a fun little province for us to nab. So we are now at war with Mercia once again. Hopefully going to be able to grab the county of Chester, but of course to help us out, we've raised up some mad lads who are going to naturally be fantastic when it comes to fighting. 7,000 men fighting against the Kingdom of Mercia. I think it's safe to say we've got this in the bag. I mean, you only have 1,600 men maximum. You know, we should probably choose our military aspect. That's a great idea. I'd love to become a duelist. This does massively increase our personal combat skill. A fantastic idea. And also, let's do some warrior training. Ah, yes, we've become fearsome. Just increased our chances of capturing enemy commanders. Oh, yes, that's more sacrifices for Odin. And lovely, the son of the dude who owns Zealand. We're going to teach him about Odin. There we go. He's now Germanic. He is perfect. You know what? We should probably release him now. He's done some fantastic things. Although maybe instead we just recruit him when he suddenly becomes old enough. Yes, we'll recruit Heinstein Bordsviken and we're going to make him something special. Let's arrange a betrothal as well. In the Battle of Leicester, here we go. Things are going well and suddenly I heard an embarrassed huff from nearby. Spinning my sword, I see the enemy. Excuse me, we don't have a sword. We wield an axe. It's the Lord. Mayor Herr Wiffard Leomeister. He's actually not terrible. He's got a personal combat skill of 42 and he is an impaler, which is very impressive. There you are, however. Let's go for the fight. The invading army is actually trying to siege down some provinces. However, it won't matter, as we are so exceedingly powerful. Yes, this is going to be an easy fight. Oh, and fantastic, we've captured naturally the enemy commander, who will make a most suitable sacrifice for Odin. Let's spin that wheel for Odin. How are we going to sacrifice you today? Well, naturally, you've selected drown in a vat of tea. Goodbye, Saxbold. There's nothing quite like sacrificing Anglo-Saxons for your Germanic pagan gods. Now please do make sure not to quote me on that. Wait, I didn't realise my daughter's actually come of age. Anita Average of St. Cuthbert, she's alive. She does have measles and has a severe illness, but she is a shrewd, charitable and diligent person with some exceedingly fantastic stats. I'm actually exceedingly impressed. This is not bad at all. Oh my goodness, I guess it's just a demonstration of how powerful Reanu Keeves is, when his children are also exceedingly powerful. Anyway, the war for Chester has been an absolute success, and naturally we're going to demand some peace, and bam, another city is ours. Fantastic news. And one brand new title can be created. The Duchy of Lancaster is ours. We should probably usurp the Kingdom of England as well. Now you might be wondering why I decided to take Chester. Well, that's because that was the one province which I needed to grab in order to form the Kingdom of England. You see, you go from the County of Chester up to, say, the Earldom of Lancaster, and then you can take, bam, the Kingdom of England. However, the Kingdom of England is currently held by a bloke down here. That's right, it's Ragnar of England, the random Norse guy who managed to take control of this entire area. And by doing so, yep, we've managed to get a Norse pagan on the throne of England. And he also has some pretty nice stuff, which I honestly would kind of like to nab. Oh my goodness, I just discovered who we're doing a prepared invasion on. The entirety of the Kingdom of Francia. What has happened here? We look away for 5 seconds, then suddenly the Kingdom of Francia is the Kingdom of Italy. Oh my. Yes, there's a lot of defensive pacts against you. Apparently you're seen as a ridiculous threat. I mean, you have 19,000 men. You are genuinely terrifying, my goodness. But you know what? I absolutely want all of your land. This is the ultimate prepared invasion if I've ever seen one. My goodness, I think we've got it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one. This is going to be the one. The ultimate invasion, the final showdown. King Reanu Keeves and his band of 21,000 men fighting off against the entirety of France, except it's Mega France, as it's managed to take control of most of Italy. Who will win? You decide, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, you know what? I think that's enough for one day. If you've enjoyed our fantastic episode of 100 Statman today, then feel free to give the video a like. If this video reaches, I'm going to say something quite possibly achievable, 15,000 likes, I'll immediately start work on the next video, and we'll try and hurry that out to you as fast as possible rather than just doing these on a once a week basis. It's a little bit difficult when it comes to making 100 Statman because I love making these videos, but they will technically never ever perform quite as well as all of my other content that I make on the channel. So I love them and you guys love them, YouTube doesn't, which is sadly why the videos need more light to be able to perform as well as the other videos. That's just the silly world we live in. But hey, if you want to see this video do well, do your part, give it a like, thank you very much, we'll make sure to keep on making them. Anyway, as always, a massive thank you to each and every one of my fantastic patrons who make these silly and fantastic videos possible. Each and every one of you are majestic sea hedgehogs and deserve an infinite supply of cups of tea. Thank you very much. And if you're sat there wondering what video to watch next, if you quite enjoyed this one, then hey, take a look at this one on screen. It's been handpicked by myself and 100 Statman to be right up your alley. Anyway, I've been the Spiffing Brit, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video. Goodbye for now.